He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be?
Easy.
On the run, it's Hawkins.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's moving out of the pocket now. Caught near the sticks. It's Sampson. Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get them off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
Got it.
NC State getting set with a 1st and 10 now. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
On the set.
New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. Quick spin on the run. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looks like NC State will have the 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
First down here for this offense. They call the counter run here.
I really like to see the counter mixed in there with your base concepts to keep the defense honest. Now, they didn't burst a big run, but if you keep mixing it in as the game progresses, you might catch the defense over pursuing.
Get set. Get set. Razor. Razor.
There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
This defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical, he's got speed, and he is tough to bring down.
NC State lines up 1st and goal. Here's the handoff running behind the big right tackle. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. It's a quick grab. Tackle at the 8 after the completion.
Hey, I know it's only the first half, but let's face it, Chris. You've come this far. This is a playoff game. When you get inside a 10-yard line, you can't settle for field goals. You need touchdowns. Let's see if they're able to come up with it here.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now.
4-2 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Ready.
Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. This offense comes out immediately, gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepared for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
Here comes the point after attempt. PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Now they get set to kick it away. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. There's the handoff. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Okay, ready.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Give it to the back again. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Quick throw to his receiver. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Sometimes that primetime game, the whole nation is watching, brings out some extra energy, some nerves. Maybe the quarterback is feeling that a little bit. I did not expect him to throw a pick, especially on the opening drive.
Handoff from the shotgun. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Can he make it to the marker? Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
The coach decides no field goal attempt. The offense is out there to go for it on 4th down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Boy, that is some determination by this offense here. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards. You pick it up. Now you've got another chance at points.
NC State getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And there's the handoff. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. So still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Looking to scramble to his left. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. One play moves the ball to the 41. It'll be first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. A change of direction. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down play coming up. They'll hand it off. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Catch made on the left side. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Longhorns looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a third down and 2. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Well, he scrambled and scrambled. Doesn't get the ball away and is finally dropped for a sack. They finally come up with their first sack of the game. Do it by blitzing the DB.
Love to see the secondary get involved. I know it's a bit of a risk to play some man coverage behind it, but you can see how dangerous it can be when you decide to bring these defensive backs because
it's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. They get him down after a short return. But the offense will go to work with the 44.
Well, this is the chance you take throwing the football in these conditions. I don't know if the quarterback ever had a real good grip on the ball in the snow. Puts it up in the air, and the defense is able to come up with a pick.
So here comes the Wolfpack offense back out on the field. They really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Here's the second down play.
Get set, get set.
Quarterback's got it on the option. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Enough for the first, but still going. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Just ran away from the defense.
Oh, man, it's plays like this that make the defensive coordinator want to throw his headset or controller. I mean, he gets carved up on the ground, but the quarterback is definitely frustrated. What a great job by the quarterback seeing the opportunity to not just pick up a big gain here, but take it in for 6 himself.
Manages the tricky footing and knocks through the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Offense takes the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. They don't pick up the blitzers, and it's a sack.
Well, that's their second sack already in this game right now. And this offensive coordinator, he's going to have to come up with some changes in pass pro. Keep a tight end in, roll the quarterback out, anything they can do to help him out. Otherwise, this poor guy's going to spend his entire playoff experience on his back.
He hands it off from the gun. Fights off a defender. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Quick throw to the left. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. And he's refusing to be stopped in this play. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
It's 3rd and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring on them.
Here comes a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. He eludes the rush. And he throws it away. A smart choice that time. But it will bring up 3rd down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Hawkins. They go backwards on that 3rd down completion. Sets up a 4th down.
Man, really good job here by the defense, flying around, recognizing the ball is out, and then making the tackle short of the 1st down.
And that one's straight down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Texas offense comes back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. The Longhorns looking to run some tempo here.
Man, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this
breaks clear, end zone ahead. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
He's brought down quickly as short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time, they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
Catch made on the right side, and the gain just good enough for a first down.
Nice play here. We'll have to see if this defense stays in man coverage after giving up that big play.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now they're running on the toss. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Got it. 42 Spider. 4-2 Smoke Racer.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got a lane. Can he get in? All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Return begins inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Looking for a gap. It's Hawkins. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
And looking to throw now on first down. Trying to extend the play. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they bring him down. Blocker is not. Screen there. He's short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Ready.
Offense gets set up here. It's third down.
Razor. Slab.
The pre-snap motion from the offense. Here's the option play. Gets the first and still running. Big play in enemy territory all the way to the 41-yard line.
Well, when your running game's working like this, especially in the first half, it makes everything easier. And after big runs like that, watch for the offense to come back and attack off play action.
Green 25.
Tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 7 yards.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there and the team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
Ready?
Important second down play coming up.
Cricket.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. And they keep this drive going, trying to convert on third down now. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And the Longhorns offense takes the field.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. 6-9-1. Gators score.
First down, looking to throw the football. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. That's going to be incomplete. A first down drop here in the middle of the field.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. He bought some time, now lets it go. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Moves to his left now, escaping the pocket. And it's incomplete, but here comes the flag. So hold on, let's check that out. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Timber. Hornet. Arrow.
Looking to throw it on first down. The pass rush closing in. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. Look out, he's got some space. Inside the 20. Touchdown, NC State. The defense joins the party with a pick six. And a pick six, a monster play by this defense here.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. NC State will kick it off to start the second half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. And that's where they'll start the drive. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. Longhorns will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. They look to throw it here on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
So they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains and you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
4th and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's incomplete on 4th down. The offense will not take over in plus territory.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
Looking for some space. It's Hawkins. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
On the ready.
Offense getting set. It's second down.
Down. Ready, go.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer?
Ready.
Second down play coming up for this offense.
Here we go.
Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Second down, looking to throw it. Quarterback escapes the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. Receiver makes the grab. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line, because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Toss play to the outside. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on third down, almost pick up the first down. What it does, though, is gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this of picking up that first down.
Do better than this. On the
They've
double.
already converted once on 4th down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2.
Out. 55 weak. Squirrel.
And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Gets rid of it on the move. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
They'll bring him down just short of the 20. Longhorns will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44. And here comes the up-tempo offense. Now here's the toss play. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Off an RPO, the quarterback goes to his right. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. The D coordinator showing heavy blitz pre-snap. He'll toss it to the back. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. He's tackled after a big gain. Picks up a first down. Great execution on the option. Longhorns will line up here on first down and goal. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out in the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense of slowing them down.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal.
Get set.
And he'll set up to throw. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Great job by the defense so far. It's third and goal from a long way out. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. No, and he dropped it. The would-be touchdown could not come up with the football. Now it's fourth down.
Boy, Chris, this drive looked outstanding until they got into the red zone. Seems like the wheels have come off. Third down and long makes it very tough to execute in the red zone. Now let's see what they come up with here on this fourth down play.
Looking to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Texas.
Boy, great job here of finding him again. That's his second touchdown reception in this football game.
Offense is out there. They're going to go for two here.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, drops back, and it's caught in the end zone for a two-point conversion to cut into this lead. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner is brought down.
What is this?
So the NC State offense is back out on the field now. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. Looking for a gap. It's Hawkins. This one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. What's the play call here on second down for this offense?
Here we go.
There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? It's an option look. Pitches to the back. The offense stays on the field. The coach is going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Incomplete. A huge 4th down stand by this defense.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? And again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the 1st down marker.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time, before he can get out, they keep him to a short game.
Longhorns looking to cash in the red zone. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. Now it's 2nd down here. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And the pass is complete to the tight end. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see.
And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. Going the other way, can they catch him? Across midfield. That's a potential game changer. The pick and the big return.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Oh, the ball comes loose.
Oh, what a play by this defense. Trailing in the second half, really the only way you can get back into this game is create turnovers. Ball's on the ground, they pounce on it, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
Ball handed off. The gain is 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. He's moving out of the pocket. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. Here's another interception. We're losing track.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. It's a short game, but look at that defense swarm to the football. 2nd down after that previous play. They'll run it on the toss. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Third down coming up after that running play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. On the run here, lets it go. Receiver makes the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down. So here we go. Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Getting set. Here's second down. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Handoff to the back. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
And third and short, and try to pick it up on the ground. And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Oh, just a backbreaker for this defense. That's two separate times. On this drive alone, they've had a chance to maybe get off the field. They'd have these third downs, only to give up first downs. Now, as a defensive coordinator, man, you got to dial up any kind of pressure at all to shoot a gap and try to bust that ball away from these backs.
Touchdown, Wolfpack. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Chris, he pulled free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the Longhorns offense takes the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He'll throw it now. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. He's got some room and some blockers here. And that's a solid return after the interception.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Toss play to the running back going left. Running with purpose.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Catch made on the out route.
Well, this is a great catch. He does a nice job of getting his feet down to set up a 4th down and short situation. But, man, I just don't know why he didn't try to fight to get to that marker and pick up a 1st down.
Less than a yard to go here on 4th down. The offense is going to go for it. Gonna run it. It's Hawkins. No, he didn't make it. He is stopped short, so they don't take the chance to add to this lead, and the defense will get the football back.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down.
Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. Gets some space around the 30. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out into the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Longhorns will line up on 1st and 10. We'll hand it off. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7. The offense going with the hurry-up. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Hit as he released it. Intercepted in the end zone. Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
It'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
Second down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Here's a screen pass to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
How about the discipline of this defense here on 2nd down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's 3rd down.
They're going to run the option. Pitch play to the back. They'll stop him on a small gain here. Tried to run for it on 3rd and long and came up well short. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And he boots it out of bounds. Not very long. And he puts it out of bounds, so no return. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. And it's incomplete. Even in a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
And I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that, and that's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here, actually hit him as he's throwing this football.
2nd down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Looking for a deep completion. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Big gain moves the ball across midfield to the 45. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback drops back. Lets it go quickly. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Longhorns. It was a foot race and he won it. Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And he'll get into the end zone for 2 points. Now it's a 15-point game. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. Here comes the NC State offense back out onto the field now. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Here's the second down play. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. The junior able to bring him down quickly. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play.
3:25. Lasso.
Can he get there on the ground?
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
NC State getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And the wideout goes in motion. They're going to run it here. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
On the double.
The offense going to heavy personnel, bringing out the full house.
Here we go.
Movement here from the tight end. They're going to run it. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Receiver in motion now. They'll test the right side here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And the coach elects to send out the field goal unit. And a chance here to build the lead, make it a 3-score game in the final quarter. He missed it. Field goal, no good. And the lead remains at 15 after the miss.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. He lets it go. Oh, the pass is picked off. Going the other way, can they stop him? At the 20, crosses the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And the defense adds 6 with the interception return.
Chris, how about the safety here just kind of sitting back, waiting patiently to read the quarterback, and then once the ball's in the air, there's the range to come up with that interception, and I love that he's got the speed in the hands to make this quarterback pay for it.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.